Well, now to a restoration project that's a little more than just glue and paint. Work is underway to restore a 75-year-old Second World War Lancaster bomber. And it's not being restored so it can just sit in a museum. As Christina Stevens reports, the end goal here is to have these wings soaring once again.
One painstaking turn at a time, Ted Syme dismantles the front fuselage of a Lancaster bomber, the first step in the gargantuan job of restoring this plane to flying condition. Syme is volunteering because of his love of aviation and his dad.
My father actually worked on this aircraft during the war, Victory Aircraft, and he was an engineer there during the war. So a bit of a spiritual thing for me, too, to work on this thing.
The Lancaster was known as the finest heavy bomber of the Second World War, but only about half the aircrews survived the dangerous missions. Murray Palmer wants to honor their sacrifice.
This is my way of saying, hey, I recognize it, I remember you, I want to be part of your legacies going forward.
This Lancaster was one of only 430 built in Canada. Put in reserve in Europe during the war, it was sent back to Canada and converted into a maritime patrol and rescue aircraft. Then it sat on display in Toronto for decades, where it was damaged by vandals. Finally, it was shipped in pieces to Victoria last summer, with the lofty goal of getting it flying high once again.
Because ideally, that's what airplanes do. You know, there's only 2 Lancasters flyable in the world.
One is in Hamilton, Ontario, the other in England. This is the largest plane restoration anyone here has ever been involved in. There are more than 55,000 pieces. It's expected to take 10 to 15 years and cost at least $10 million. Every piece has to be removed, inventoried, inspected, then repaired or rebuilt. A finely choreographed project. The thought of her rumbling down that runway keeps everyone here going.
The Merlin engines are really something to hear, too, so it's a voice and a see it flying, too. It'll be something to see.
Christina Stevens, CTV News, Victoria.